And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Miskatonic School for Boys. Now this is from the same company that did Miskatonic School for Girls, but this is a completely different game. I actually had a chance to play this as a prototype a couple years ago. I was considering it for the Dice Tower Essentials line. It just missed the cut for that. I did like it a lot though. I was eager to see what it's, Miskatonic School for Girls, if you watch my review, is a deck building game that I did not care for really. This one, I like the prototype. I hope I like the final game. Let's find out. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to be given one of the boys in the school. And so there's a lot of boys in this school, and each boy has 4 different characteristics. They're either stupid or ignorant. In this case, he's ignorant. Reckless or spineless. This boy is spineless. Sheepish or stubborn. He's stubborn. Paranoid or oblivious. He's oblivious. So he's an ignorant, spineless, stubborn, oblivious child. And his trigger word is ignorant. This guy is an ignorant, reckless, sheepish, paranoid with a trigger word of oblivious. So there's every combination that you can have, and you're going to have one of these characters. Here's the catch though. When you get the character, you don't know who you are. You're going to put it like this without looking at it and put it. Everyone else at the table is going to be able to see it, and you're going to be able to see everybody else's character that's in front of them. You're going to have a deck of cards. These cards correspond to all the boys. This is just to help you keep track of who you are. So I might look here and say, oh, okay, well this is Ed Foe. I know that I'm not Ed Foe, so I can go through here and kind of set him aside. Now, in each round, players are going to take turns asking someone else a question about yourself. So I might look at Susan and say, Susan, am I paranoid? Now Susan might say yes. I'm like, okay, I'm paranoid. So that eliminates them, keeps these. So I can eliminate all of these. And I can eliminate this one and this one. And so here's all the ones that are yes, I'm paranoid. Fantastic. I just cut it in half. Susan, at the same time, might be looking at her cards, because when I ask Susan a question, she might have a trigger word. So this might be her character, and her character might be stupid. I'm not allowed to say stupid to her. But I did say, am I paranoid? So she can look through all her cards, and she knows she's not anybody who has a paranoid trigger on them. So she'll go through and take out the 2 paranoid people and put them aside. That's what the trigger words are used for. Now here is another catch. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to be giving a disposition card. Most of them are truthful. Some are dishonest. If you want to, when someone asks you a question, you may lie. Here's the tricky thing about lying. If you lie, everyone at the table will know you lied, except for the person who asked you the question. So people are probably not going to ask you any more questions because they know that you lie. Also, if someone asks you a lie and suspects that you are lying, they can call you out. They're going to see which round it is. They'll pay a certain number of these points. Each player will start with 8 of these. That's the cost to challenge you. If they're right and you're telling the truth, they will lose that much. If they are correct, though, and you are telling the truth, then you will have to pay them 2 points. So being dishonest is a double-edged sword. Now, after the first round, at any point on their turn, players can guess who they are. So let's say it's my turn, and I feel pretty confident that I am Lenny Dingle. I can place it here. I'm the first guess. Someone else might guess here. And we'll keep going until everyone has guessed around the table, depending on how many players are in the game. Once everyone has guessed, and by the way, once someone has guessed, you have to either guess on your turn or pay a point to stay in the game. Once everyone has guessed, then everyone looks and sees who they are. If you're correct, then starting from first guess to 6th guess, the people who are correct are going to get, let's say this person was correct. So let's put out the guesses here. So here we have our 6 different guesses from the different characters. This person was correct. This person was correct, so they get a B. This person was correct, they get a C. Everybody else was incorrect, so then we give C minus, D, and F. So guessing early, you can see, will give you some more points, but it gives you even more if you're correct. Better to be correct than first, but better to be first than last. And these are going to be worth a certain number of points. See, the C minus here is worth 2 points. In round 2, it's worth 3, and in round 3, it's worth 4. while A's are the best and F's are always worth 0. At the end of the game, after 3 rounds of this, and in each of the rounds, you will shuffle these and draw a new character who you are. Whoever has the most points win. You're going to use the points that you've collected from these during the course of the game, from challenging people and such, and the points you've gotten for the different grades that you've been given. Whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. The theme of this is essentially you are some elder horror. What do they call you here? You're a Lovecraftian horror. Fine, that's you. So you're some Lovecraftian horror. Fine, I'm Cthulhu. And you were possessing one of these boys and you just don't know which one you're possessing. There's no mirrors in the class, so you have to figure out who you are. That's kind of a thin veneer of a theme, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's just that no one ever said, I am possessing this child. No, you just said, I am this kid. We just forget the whole Cthulhu thing. People kind of forgot about that. Now, this game is a deduction game, and it is also a game that gives moments of bright joy where you get to say to someone, am I stupid? And they get to respond, yes, you are. Okay, so some people may not like that. I found that humorous. I mean, you're stupid or you're ignorant, right? And all these bad little boys here. But the game is a deduction game, trying to figure out who you are. So each time you will ask a question, kind of like guess who, as you narrow it down to get to where you want to be. The trigger words add a little bit more of deduction, so when someone asks you a question, that gives you some more information. Then they throw this lie or truth thing in the mix. Now, when you mix these cards up, there's always at least one liar, but there might be 2. But here's the deal. The liar might not ever lie. They just have the opportunity to lie. You say, well, being the liar seems to be an advantage then. Yeah, it does, except that the liars, as I found out, are so tempted to lie that they then get caught and lose points, or they end up just messing things up. So you got to be very cautious as a liar. I find that interesting, that being a liar is interesting, but when you lie, everyone at the table immediately knows that you lied, except for the person you lied to. So lying twice, probably not going to happen, unless you want to play this whole bluffing game with someone. And I lie to Suzanne, and then Suzanne, and then Mandy's the next player. Mandy asks me a question, knowing that I just lied to Suzanne. And then I'm like, well, she knows I lied, so she thinks I'm going to lie. But I know she thinks I'm going to lie, so I'm going to tell the truth. But she thinks I'm going to tell the truth. Therefore, she knows she's going to get a truthful statement out of me. So I know that she knows that, so I'm going to lie. But then she knows all that, you know, and the wine is not in a cup in front of me. So I like that aspect of the game, and I find it enjoyable. It is not a heavy deduction game. You will have a good chance of figuring out who you are. Problem is, you need to do it quickly. Sometimes I would say, okay, I'm playing. I got some information. It's down to these 2. I'll guess. Hey, if I'm wrong, at least I'm first amongst the wrong people. Other times I'd say, you know what? I'm willing to pay a chip after someone else's guess because I want to know more information and I want to get it correct, which will get me a better grade. 3 rounds is probably the right length for the game. 45 minutes. The artwork is fine. A little Cthulhu-ish, but not too much. Like I said, the theme is kind of in the background, I guess, more so than anything else. But I still found this game very entertaining. Nothing like Miskatonic School for Girls, that deck building game, which I didn't think was good. This one I do enjoy, Miskatonic School for Boys. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.